Next, we'll add the main floor using oriented strand board panels. Oriented strand board comes in 4-foot by 8-foot sheets. In a real construction job, these panels would be cut strategically to go around our stair opening. Let's change our folder to main floor, and you'll see a main subfloor part. Subfloor is what we call those OSB panels. It goes below the finished floor, which would be carpet or hardwood flooring, tile, etc. I'm going to constrain the bottom of this to one of the eye joists, and I'm sure you know what to do from here. Using the flush constraint. And now we have a main floor we could walk around on. Next is the stairs, but before we build those, let's save a copy of this. I'm going to go to File, Save, and then go to Save As, and name this Main Floor Ready for Stairs. Now if we look in your folder, we have a backup copy. We'll leave foundation level 2 as our backup copy, and now we'll use this file from now on. Here is a floor plan view of our basement. Our stairs start here and go up this way, and the plan calls for a wall here made out of 2x4s, and it's a load-bearing wall. This is going to help support this side of the opening of the stairwell. Then there's a second wall here called a partition wall. Partition walls don't necessarily hold up weight. They are just a screen between rooms. This will also be built out of 2x4s. Notice that the studs in this wall are spaced 24 inches on center, and in this wall they're spaced 16 inches on center. We'll start with the basement walls by placing the bottom plates. Let's do one copy of bearing wall by stairs, redwood sole plate, and partition wall by stairs, redwood sole plate. And first I'll constrain this one to the basement floor. Again, these need to be moisture resistant wood, redwood or pressure treated lumber, because they will be attached to a concrete floor. When bottom plates are attached to a floor, they're often called sole plates. When they're attached to a foundation and they help seal your house to your foundation, they're called sill plates. I'll start with selecting the bottom of this plate and setting it here. Next, I'm going to use flush and line up the end with our model here. And last, this footing exists to support this extra weight that this wall is going to support, so we need to have it centered here. And it turns out that if you add one more constraint to this side and constrain it to the rim joist so that it's the same distance, now we're lined up on the footing and with that opening. Next, we'll place this sole plate, select the bottom edge, constrain it to the floor. For our second constraint, let's select the end and we'll use mate made it to this side of this plate. And then to line it up with the opening above, let's go back to flush. Select this side and the side of this I-joist and apply that. So our plates are now in position. Next we'll start adding some studs. Our load-bearing wall has 5 studs in it, plus some horizontal pieces that allow us to nail this wall to this wall. Load-bearing walls need to have a double top plate, 2 plates on top of the wall. Partition walls don't, they just need 1 plate. So we'll use slightly longer studs in this wall and 1 plate that ties in across the top into this wall. Let's start by placing 5 copies of the 99-inch basement wall stud, and I think I'll put those over here. Might make my life a little easier. I'll start the first one. Flush. And apply that, and 1 more flush constraint. The next stud needs to be spaced 16 inches on center. And we can do that by selecting the first stud. I'm on the flush constraint. The second, same face, and then setting that distance between those two to 16. Now if it goes the wrong way, just type -16, or I could have selected the order, first one, second one, the opposite way. When you've placed 5 studs that are 16 inches on center, you're ready to add nailer boards. Place 3 copies of this file, nailer boards 36 inch. I'll do the first one for you, show you where it goes. And then I'm going to place 2 more copies here and then adjust them by eye to be somewhat evenly spaced. Now I've got the 3 nailer boards in. I need to evenly space them. I've only put 2 constraints on each, so I'll be able to drag them into position. I'm going to right click on some of these objects. Let's close the constraint box here. Right click and turn off the visibility of everything that's in the way right now. That's plenty. And now I should be able to drag these. Let's move these nailer boards so they're more evenly spaced. This is reminding me this is almost a 9-foot wall down here. I'm going to go ahead and add a 4th nailer board in here. Right click on it, choose copy, then right click and choose paste. And it puts a new copy in your file. That's an alternative to inserting it again or with the place command. It's already oriented the right way. And now I'm going to evenly space those 4 nailer boards little bit more. That seems good right there.